We got you updated. This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
You are tuned to Radio Imanzi, broadcasting from Kigali. Here is the news in English, brought to you by Fiona Umuganwa. The headlines. President Paul Kagame received the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, the 6th Commonwealth Secretary General. The High Commissioner for Rwanda to the United Kingdom, Johnston Busingye, requested mourners to pay attention to one of Paul Rusesabagina's statements, where he mentions the rights of the native Rwandans. Israel lambasted Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov today for claiming that Adolf Hitler was part Jewish. Welcome back. News in detail. President Paul Kagame today received the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, the 6th Commonwealth Secretary General, who is in Kigali for the 12th Regional Conference of Heads of Anti-Corruption Agencies in Commonwealth Africa. Their discussions based on the upcoming Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting 2022 to be hosted by Rwanda in June. The High Commissioner for Rwanda to the United Kingdom, Johnston Busingye, requested mourners to pay attention to one of Paul Rusesabagina's statements where he mentions the rights of the native Rwandans. He said this while speaking at the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi commemoration event, which happened at the Newcastle University. Busingye said, "I want us to reflect deeply on it today, tomorrow, and always." What exactly did he mean? Who are the native Rwandans? Who are not? What marks the difference? And what are the similarities or differences between this statement and those of Kayibanda and Mugesera? He added that although the statement hasn't been subject to much scrutiny, the genocide started with divisive words, speech and interviews that whipped ordinary citizens to see other citizens as the enemy, the vermin, the invader, the dangerous outsider to get rid of. The genocide architects had spread propaganda that Tutsi people were invaders from Ethiopia and that the Hutu were the natives. During the genocide, Tutsi people were chopped into pieces and thrown into rivers to flow back where they came from. Busingye also noted that one would dilute poison or put a veil over it, but ultimately it is still poison, and it still has the potential to kill. Busingye also said that Rwandans have a duty to share the genocide history with each other, with the next generation, and with the international community to ensure that never again indeed becomes reality. He concluded his speech by thanking those who have shown leadership, partnership, and friendship on Rwanda's journey of unity, reconciliation, and healing, and that Rwandans will continue to partner globally for justice and truth to prevail over impunity and denial. Rwandan tea and coffee won top, scoring the best accolades at the recent auction held in Mombasa, Kenya, also dominating on a global scale. This comes as a timely motivation for Rwandan tea and coffee traders who are eagerly awaiting the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, cheering up for participants of the conference scheduled June this year. Samfort Bamugumya and Manzi Timothy are some of the investors in the coffee and tea business who are pleased with the increase in the number of Rwandans drinking tea and coffee, which they say will attract more participants to Rwandan coffee and tea at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting.
Yeah, I would say that we are very much excited for this coming Kagame summit. It's going to be a very opportune moment for us, people who are in the coffee sector, especially the coffee houses, and also as roasters as well. So our coffee is known globally to be one of the best coffee because of flavors. Our coffee has a fruity taste and also has a variety of other flavors. So it's going to be a very good opportunity for us to showcase what we have. And also, since we are the one who produced that best coffee, now the delegates or the guests are going to have a good moment or a good chance to buy now that coffee right from the source.
Rutaisire Aaron, a sales and marketing manager at Gorilla Coffee, a Rwandan farmers coffee company, says the factory now specializes in coffee freshness and packaging. He added that the company now creates smaller and affordable packages that everyone can enjoy, and they are even exporting them to other countries.
We are into business of value addition, and we are growing from 0% to 5% now value addition of coffee exported from Rwanda. So Rwanda Farmers Coffee Company is a proud contributor to that. We are bringing in more forex currency to Rwanda, and we are also giving good price to the farmers who we are buying green coffee as raw material. Doing value addition and processing, we have seen the machines, and we export fully finished product to the export market. We have started with a few countries, but now we have reached 30 countries exported to in the last year, and we are looking at doing 50 countries in the next 5 years. With the new innovation of instant coffee, we know it's a turnaround product. We have been testing a lot of instant coffee on the market which are not good, but so far, Gorilla Coffee instant coffee that we have launched on the market since last month is being trusted as the best quality coffee you can find as instant coffee product. We are encouraging all the hotels, all the hospitality companies that are using instant coffee in their rooms, in their shops, so they can choose Gorilla Coffee for its quality and convenience in usage.
Rwanda's tea continues to face premium prices at the Mombasa auction, outdoing price offers from other regional countries, including Kenya, as buyers remain choosy on quality. Market data from a recent auction in Kenya indicates the price of Rwandan tea stood at $2.83 a kilo in the latest sale, against Kenya's $2.53, Tanzania $1.51, and Uganda $1.43 for the same quantity. Mufti Hitmana has urged all Muslims to maintain a prayerful lifestyle even after the Ramadan period and work hard, as well as continue extending support to the needy. The Mufti made this call today during national prayers celebrating Eid al-Fitr, a festive holiday that marks the end of the fasting month of Ramadan that were held at Kigali Stadium in Nyamirambo. He pointed out that his message is to urge the Muslim community to sustain activities of love, re-examining themselves and approach Allah, as well as continue working hard for a better future. The Mufti went on to encourage Muslims to keep on respecting all prevention measures in the fight against COVID-19 and stay away from habits that might lead to the violation of the directives to fight the virus. He also revealed that this year's annual holy pilgrimage in Mecca and Medina, Saudi Arabia, will be resumed after 2 years of being on hold. However, due to COVID-19, only 38 Rwandan Muslims will be allowed to attend it.
Some items of international news on Radio Imanzi.
Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, Uganda's first son and commander of the country's land forces, says he will reveal his political program soon in what some see as the strongest signal yet for the 2026 presidential election. Although Lieutenant General Muhoozi has never openly declared his presidential ambition, some say he seems to be preparing to take over from his father. President Museveni has remained mum on whether his son will replace him as head of state. But during the birthday dinner he hosted at State House in Tebe last Sunday, he said Muhoozi was impatient with the corrupt and will fight them, which some see as tacit backing. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta has announced a 12% increase in the minimum wage to offset soaring living costs. This announcement comes after, according to official figures, inflation hit a 7-month high in Kenya in April, mainly driven by soaring fuel and food prices. President Kenyatta told a Labour Day rally it is imperative to review the minimum wages to protect workers from further deterioration. The 12% increase raises the minimum monthly wage from $116 to $130. However, this is far from the 24% increase demanded by the main trade union organization. Kenyatta said the high cost of living is due to factors beyond his control, such as the coronavirus pandemic and the Russian-Ukrainian conflicts. Israel lambasted Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov today for claiming that Adolf Hitler was part Jewish, saying it was an unforgivable falsehood that debased the horrors of the Nazi Holocaust. In a signal of sharply deteriorating relations with Moscow, the Israeli Foreign Ministry summoned the Russian ambassador and demanded an apology. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said in a statement, "Such lies are intended to accuse the Jews themselves of the most horrific crimes in history that were committed against them. The use of the Holocaust of the Jewish people for political purposes must stop immediately." Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba condemned Lavrov's words, saying his heinous remarks were offensive to Zelensky, to Israel, Ukraine and Jews. More broadly, they demonstrate that today's Russia is full of hatred towards other nations. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called on the ruling militaries in Burkina Faso, Guinea and in Mali to hand power back to civilians as soon as possible. Speaking after meeting Senegalese President Macky Sall in Dakar, he said they had agreed on the need to keep talking to the de facto authorities in all three countries so as to get a swift return to constitutional order. A 3-story, mainly residential building has collapsed in Nigeria's commercial capital Lagos, killing 8 people and injuring 23 others, who were rescued and taken to hospitals. According to the emergency services, building collapses are common in Nigeria, where millions live in dilapidated structures and construction standards are often flouted. The three-story building collapsed late Sunday at Ibutemeta area of the sprawling city of over 20 million people. The Ethiopian police used tear gas and briefly clashed with young Muslims in the capital during prayers to mark the end of Ramadan. The incident occurred outside the Addis Ababa International Stadium, and the Addis police called it a riot caused by a few individuals. An official said a policeman unintentionally fired tear gas at the crowd when some faithful started to chant slogans and throw stones. The Addis police issued a statement saying property had been damaged before order was restored. FIFA has sanctioned the Senegalese national team for incidents that occurred during the second leg of the World Cup 2022 qualifying playoff between Senegal and Egypt in Dakar on March 29th. FIFA said in a statement the sanction comes with a fine of 175,000 Swiss francs. In addition to a general breach of security rules and the maintenance of order in the Abdoulaye Wade Stadium in Dakar, Football Supreme Body noted the throwing of objects, the use of lasers and smoke bombs in the stands, and an offensive banner. With that, we come to the end of tonight's edition.